Jeff, Jim, and Carmela. Part number 29. Carmela spent the next 2 days telling Jim about his twin brother and what a hero he was in Turkey. Although she did not have any details about how Jeff lost his life, she only knew it was during a secret operation. Carmela asked Jim if he would like to go to Istanbul to meet her mother and dad. Jim questioned that idea, but he always wanted to see that part of the world, and this would be a perfect opportunity. His question concerned Jeff and his involvement with MI7 in Turkey. Jim wanted to meet Frank and Della, but something was telling him a visit to a place where Jeff was known by all the intelligence services could spell trouble. Jim knew Carmela would not look at this the way he was. It was understandable Carmela wanted to show him off to Frank and Della. Without displaying it to Carmela, Jim reluctantly agreed to visit Istanbul and her mother and dad. They decided to rent an automobile and drive to Newark, New Jersey, and then catch the shuttle bus to JFK. Jim, like Jeff, did not like taxis or the thought of driving in New York City. On the way to Newark, Jim and Carmela went by the way of Little Rock, Arkansas, to visit Jim's mother and dad. No one at this time knew the story of Jeff, Jim, and Carmela, so Carmela was anticipating how much fun it would be to see the reactions from those that knew Jeff. She was wondering what the reaction would be when they saw the exact copy of Jeff. Jim's mother and dad knew all about Jeff, but they had never seen Jeff, so they could not make any comparisons. As soon as they arrived in Little Rock, Jim's mother and dad wanted to hear the story of Jeff, Jim, and Carmela. During the drive to Little Rock, Carmela continued to talk about Jeff and told Jim about the first time she met Jeff at the Istanbul airport. Jim could not explain exactly how he was feeling, but he was not jealous of Carmela talking about Jeff, even when she told Jim she could not tell any difference between Jim and his brother. Carmela said she would probably not know who she was with if asked to do so. Jim could not believe this statement from Carmela made him smile. Jim felt at times like he was Jeff, as much as himself. This thing continued to be surreal. Jim wanted to learn all he could about his twin brother. It was as if being reborn into a life he did not know existed. Carmela wanted Jim to know everything, even the Japanese episode. Jim held Carmela's hand as the beautiful Pan American 707 began to gain altitude on the way to Istanbul, Turkey.